everyone is even scared to come to the happiest place on earth. You know what the comments are saying? You believe that they're scared to go to the quote-unquote happiest place on earth? Maybe it's this. Nobody could afford it with 3,251 likes. It's too darn expensive. Certain passes are blocked out for the summer. And I don't know, but maybe Disney has officially lost its mind. And what used to be considered a once-in-a-lifetime family vacation for many may now be seen as a premium price hustle with Mickey Mouse's smile front and center. And no, I'm not just being dramatic. People, of course, have taken to TikTok to post the receipts, which you will see for yourself. So now we have to ask ourselves, is Disneyland trying to price itself out of business? Well, you be the judge. And what better place to start than the price tag? It even appears like Disney themselves is a little bit concerned about the prices of Disneyland. Now, this is straight off of the Disneyland website, and it shows here that the standard theme park ticket, which is a 1 to a 5 day ticket, starts at $106 and goes up to $206 per day. And that's just for one ticket. And do we think that people are going to Disneyland for just one day? Absolutely not. So what could that cost look like if someone went for 4 days just for themselves? You're already looking at $424 up to $824. And I know a lot of y'all are wondering, what about the passes? Because everybody's not trying to stand in line. Well, Disneyland actually has something called the Lightning Lane Multi-Pass, and it starts at $32 per day per pass. And we like to read the fine print around here, and it also says that prices and availability vary by date. So I'm saying to myself, well, Disney, why aren't you telling us how expensive it can really get? And honestly, I don't know. So I continued looking and reading more articles, and I found an article from the undercovertourist.com stating that there's a 25% discount for Magic Key holders, whatever that means. And they haven't seen it reach $39 on a tier 6 day when you can purchase in the park, which I guess is good news. Going on to state that that covered around 23 attractions, but it could vary. As I was doing more research, it says here that the Lightning Lane Premier Pass, not the Lightning Lane Pass that we just discussed that was around $35. This right here says that this is the Lightning Lane Premier Pass and allows a one-time entry to each available Lightning Lane experience in both Disneyland resort theme parks to enjoy at your leisure that day. And this is allegedly the more expensive pass, marketed here as a convenient way to save time in line. So what was the other thing that they had to pay for? I don't know. Disney, get it together. Anyway, I wanted to know how much it cost. And of course here, when I clicked on how much do the Lightning Lane Premier Passes cost, the answer is the price of Lightning Lane Premier Pass varies by date and demand. Prices will be displayed in the Disneyland app up to 7 days in advance from your park visit. And purchasing is subject to limited availability. And so I had to do more internet digging, of course, and get the answer to the question that I know a lot of y'all may be asking, how much is this pass? According to the undercovertourist.com, depending on the date and the time and the demand, it could be anywhere between $300 to $400. So all of that stuff that I just named earlier, if you want to skip the lines per day, you could be tacking on an additional $300 to $400 for this pass. Because let's get it straight. I know a lot of y'all ain't staying in them lines. Stop lying. Wouldn't that be anything but magical? And you want to know what else is anything but magical? The fact that on Disney's website, you can't find a breakdown and comparison between all these different passes. Now, Disney, you know you should have did a side-by-side. Tighten up. But don't worry, I got you. Essentially, the Lightning Lane Premier Pass is a top-tier option that allows one-time access to any Lightning Lane attraction within a chosen theme park for the day, with no need to book specific return times. In contrast, Lightning Lane passes, also known as Genie or Multi-Pass, require you to book return times for each attraction, and some high-demand rides may require a separate purchase of an individual Lightning Lane pass. And we haven't even started talking about the lodging and hotel stay at Disneyland because, of course, that would vary from person to person. Some people got expensive taste. And if you go on the Disney website, you're going to be met with a whole bunch of check availability, as we see here. So, of course, I had to go back to an article that could support my claim of somebody who actually been about that life. And they say here that the basic cost for a family of 4 was around $1,000 per day in the Disneyland resort, going on to say that the average 4-person family will pay around $4,500 for a 5-day Disneyland vacation. Now, this was just off of their experience, but of course, we got some more to show. And y'all, all the stuff I'm saying is adding up and it ain't cheap. And according to LendingTree.com, 45% of Disney-going parents with young children have gone into debt for the trip. stating that the magic of Disney is sending parents into debt, while also stating something that a lot of parents may believe, that the memories are worth the debt for most parents. And I gotta ask you all,
do you agree?
Comment down below, would you go into debt for Disneyland? And y'all, the real kicker right here is it says that concessions broke the budget for many Disney goers. When asked what things cost more than they planned, it states here that 65% of those with Disney debt said that in-park food or beverages was the thing that did it. 48% said general transportation costs, and 47% said accommodations. LendingTree did a survey asking 196 parents, do you regret going into debt for your most recent Disney trip? 59% said no, fall till you fall. While 41% said yes. And for those of you out there wondering, what is the demographic of people who is saying this? Well, notably, women with Disney debt, 75% are more likely to say they have no regrets than men with Disney debt, which is 58%. Does this mean that we might need to tighten up? I don't know. And I know a lot of people want to go to Disneyland for the memories, but keep in mind your budget. Do what your pockets can afford. Now, many of us would love to be a fly on the wall to ask people at Disneyland, how much did they really pay to get there? Good thing we have TikTok.
I'm just asking people what they paid for their Disney vacation.
Oh, wow.
Just to help like people out that never been here.
How much we paid?
Yeah.
So $2,000 in the hotel.
For like the whole trip?
Where you staying at?
And
the contemporary.
The contemporary. So $2,000 for 2 days.
2 days.
And food. Wow. We're at 1,000. It's been 1 day. Not 1,000. 2 days, 1,000, right?
Wow.
Yeah.
With the character dining, yes, it was $340
Wow.
at the snow. Yeah, we went to the Fort Wilderness and did the story time.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, $70 head. So
What do you think the total of your whole vacation would be?
at the end,
Yeah.
it's going to be about 4,000
Wow.
for 2 days.
Is it just you two and
No,
No.
her husband, my other granddaughter, my other grandchildren. Yeah, it gets expensive.
So for 6 people.
Put a nice hotel and we do a character diner. We don't have to do that. We can go cheap. We just don't want to.
Oh, okay.
And maybe they got it like that because we don't know what everybody's situation is. But would you spend that much for you and your family? And y'all, a father went viral after taking his family to Disney World. And I thought that this would still be interesting for this video because it's also very expensive. And I know people are curious about how much that costs.
A Florida father is going viral after showing just how costly a day trip to Disney World has become.
Before we even got into the park, it cost me $30 just for parking. And even being a Florida resident, tickets for a family of 5 with one child under 10 was still $974. The rest of the family decided they want to go to dinner at downtown Disney Springs. This place was my literal hell, totaling $245.27. The grand total for our day was $1,391.91. I kind of had a feeling it would go viral. It's very relatable. It's family friendly.
Honestly, they both seem very expensive, Disneyland and Disney World. But y'all, look at this video here. It says, when you spend $20,567.92 to come to Disney, and it pours every single moment. See, and I thought we was broke. I'm just going to have to say it again. Obviously, people got it like that. I don't want to hear about the price of eggs. I don't want to hear inflation. Everything is high. People are at Disney. Or are they? It says here in this video, Disney is empty and it's sad. Now, I wonder, could this be because it's so expensive? Did people finally get the memo to stop spending money that they didn't have? And that Disneyland just might not be worth going into debt for?
Disney is only magical if you're a millionaire. I'll say that again. Disney is only magical if you're a millionaire because you have to be able to afford the fast passes, okay? You can't just buy tickets to the park, okay? I have 5 people that I would have to take to that park, okay? My son wants to go for his birthday, right? So it's not just like $150 a ticket because you won't get on any rides. So if you want to do fast passes, that could add on another $400 per ticket.
And remember, y'all, when I tried to find it on the website, it's not there. It's like when you go to a restaurant and the menu has no prices on there. You already know you're in for a treat. It's one of them type of restaurants, and this is one of them type of passes. Not seeing the prices when you're looking for them is a big indicator that it's probably expensive.
Then you have all the food. Forget about staying at Disney. Nobody can afford that, again, unless you're a millionaire. But to be able to pay to have the magical experience, you have to be able to get ahead in the lines because everybody knows you go to Disney and you're lucky if you get on 1 to 2 rides. And most of the times it's not even the ride you wanted to get on.
Wow.
It's just the ride you're settling on because the lines are so insane.
And I've never been, y'all. Tell me, is this the experience? And I really need to know for the people that don't get the passes, what is the experience like for them?
The Lightning McQueen ride, that's always 2 hours. It's just all these theme parks are way too expensive. And look at any father leaving any Disney park. They're crying because it's so hard to enjoy it because you're thinking about how much money you just wasted.
Yeah.
Your kids are like, I'm tired. Oh, I want that lightsaber. No, that lightsaber is $75 we can't afford. I mean, it's just Disney. It is not magical at all. They're like, can middle-class families not afford? No, you have to be a millionaire.
Or you just need to be really rich, have a plethora of money, and don't go in there if you in debt, y'all. Stop it. Disneyland is a place for people that have money, just like Coachella. This is not for your average, everyday American family. I know. Everybody's going to be like, Symone, they should be able to have a good experience. Why can't broke people go to Disneyland? Why can't they go to Disney World? The kids deserve better. They deserve a good childhood. Take them to the state park. Go fishing or something. Go do something that's not going to put you in debt. And you know what's funny about his whole commentary just now was that he said the dads is the one crying. That lines up and supports the exact statistics that we just read on who has regret about the Disney debt and who doesn't. The dads is walking around mad because the mom is like, yeah, it's memories for a 1-year-old who ain't gonna remember nothing about this trip, but we got family pictures and it was such a great time. The dad is walking around mad. He ready to leave. And it's no different anywhere else, y'all. You just may not be observing what's really going on. You can't even take your dad to the grocery store. The only place where they be seeming happy is at Lowe's, at the hardware shops. I don't know.
And all the food, trash. The food is trash. I'm like, you guys can't just put up a decent food place. Like you get some burger that's worse than McDonald's. It's just the quality of Disney parks. Walt Disney would roll over in his grave because this is not the original Disney. It's not magical. They need to rebrand themselves and say it's magical for millionaires. Everybody else at home.
So essentially, it's the ghetto. I need to know, is Disney ghetto at this point?
At home because you can't afford Disney, along with myself. Don't feel bad. I can't afford it either.
It's okay.
Okay?
And you know who I think wouldn't like to hear any of this? The Disney adults. Now, what are the Disney adults and who are they? You may be asking. The Disney adults are the adults that go into Disney, that cry on camera, that are very emotional. They're meeting Mickey Mouse. Oh my gosh, it's like I've been waiting on this my whole life to meet this character. They will take no Disneyland or Disney World slander about the food, about the lodging. They don't care. They are there to meet their favorite characters, and they are prepared with tissues, with their best walking shoes, with their best camera ready, pointed in 4K for the moments that they have been waiting on their whole lives. They're like little kids, y'all. They really are. They get emotional at the sight of the castles, as you can see. And as you may be thinking, some of these Disney adults are wives, y'all, and it might be affecting some of the pockets of the household. Y'all, tell me what you think about this video. Did she take it too far?
Dave,
Yeah?
can you come here, please?
What's up?
What is this $15,000 charge in our bank statement right now? Because I'm very confused. Because I see the name on it and it says Disney. We talked about this.
Yeah.
You know what?
We talked.
We talked. We didn't make a decision. There's a $15,000 charge for Disney. What is this for?
That's for the Disney cruise. That's for the
what?
The cruise that we're going on.
15,000 for Disney?
Yeah, everything's included. Once you get, I know.
What do you mean? So it's $15,000 for us to go on the cruise?
Yeah,
Me, you, and the kids? All 4 of them?
honey. Yeah, see?
No,
all
not
of us.
see. What do you mean all of us? That's 15,000.
You're not thinking about the memories. You're not thinking about all the fun they're going to have. They're going to remember this forever.
Now, remember what we said about the memories earlier, y'all? And who says what about the memories and who is ready? Okay.
You're just thinking about the number, but think about the experience.
Yes, the number itself is very important.
And that's that's a good price because the flights were, you don't even want to know how much the flights were.
Wait, this is just for the cruise. This has nothing to do. What about the flights in the hotel before we go there?
Yeah, that's just the cruise. So don't even be worried about that because that's not the total.
Jane,
Yeah.
How much is the total, honey?
Don't.
I have to
You
worry.
can't take it with you.
Some people could actually care less about the amount it takes to go to Disney in any capacity, Disney World, a Disney cruise, Disneyland. But that doesn't mean they don't want to do better. They don't want to make better financial decisions.
I kind of hate it when you're fighting financially for your life and someone's like, do you want to go to Disney next week? Like, why would I?
Oh, I mean, we had a little bit of hope left in society, but I don't know.
Disney is not this magical place that you need to take your child. It's not this place that you dream of. And if there's one place that you can go, it has to be Disney. Disney sucks. Okay? Take it from somebody that has been there 3 times, twice in Florida, once in California. They all suck. You are going to pay a year's salary to go down there with your children. You are going to pay to wait in line.
Is that the line? This what y'all paying to do? Ooh, funnel cakes. You know, I'm trying to watch the sugar, but I don't know. Symone, get it together. This is a line? That's crazy.
That is all you do. You wait in line to ride. You wait in line to pee. You wait in line to get food. You wait. You pay thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to wait. The crowds are insane. The heat in Florida is insane.
I bet.
From heat and sweating and exhaustion, it is terrible.
I bet.
It is no fun. I don't know why, but that's so much fun. You wait in line all day long. You may ride 3, 4, 5 rides if you're lucky, and that's if you don't get Fast Pass. Now, if you get Fast Pass for this shit, you're going to be on your phone the entire time. Look at any of the Disney groups. The moms in all of the photos, when they do like the picture on the ride, they're all on their phones getting their lightning lane for the next ride.
Wow.
Because that's all you can do is just focus on the ride and getting the lane and getting the time. And it's stupid. And then if you want to pay even more money, then you don't have to wait in line. But you're paying like $500 extra per person to not wait in line.
And those was them passes that wasn't on the Disney website disclosing the price. So some people are going up to $500 per person. So you mean to tell me a little 1-year-old that don't know what's going on, $500? State park me, please.
Pay to park. You got to walk all the way to the... It is a waste of money. You can do so much more and make so much better memories going literally anywhere else. The beach, the pier in Santa Monica, Kennywood, any amusement park that is not Disney, because it is so overcrowded, so overpopulated, and it is not even worth it. The rides are anything that you would ride at any place ever. There's a couple cool things here and there, but other than that, it's not worth it. I spent less. Okay, I spent less money taking my entire family plus my mother and mother-in-law. 7 people. I stayed for 1 week at a luxury resort. Fancy bougie ass luxury resort in the Bahamas. They had a waterfall, swam in an underground cave where you could watch turtles and fish swim right next to you. I spent less staying at a luxury resort at the Bahamas for an entire week for 7 people. It's not worth it.
Wow, that looked like a nice vacation. And in the Bahamas, that's also a very nice experience, wouldn't you say? And I mean, compared to the line she just showed.
Don't do it. Let me de-influence you. If you want to make this magical dream trip for your children, go literally anywhere else. I promise they will love it just as much, if not better.
And Disney, y'all are dead wrong for this right here. $55,000 for this? What is going on? I understand why people are saying it's expensive now. This is a car. So you mean to tell me somebody's paying this for a little sculpture, a little molded sculpture of a girl with some long hair and a horse? Now, if y'all really care about the prices at Disney, y'all need to start with the stuff like this. The lightsabers, the food, all of that. Look, come back down to reality, because who is paying $55,000 for that? And you know what? Actually, I do know. It's the Disney adults. It's the ones that are crying at the sight of the castle, the sight of Mickey Mouse. It has to be them. And I just need to know, have you ever been to Disneyland? Have you ever been to Disney World? Or have you ever did a Disney cruise? Comment down below and tell me, do you think that Disney has lost their mind? Are they trying to price themselves out of business? Are the prices at Disney out of reach for the average, everyday, middle-class family in America? And additionally, I need to know what you think about the Disney adults. But we have to start making better decisions today in order to have a better future.